What Shopify theme is right for you? This is the age-old question that is very situational. Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hayden here, coming back at you with a brand new video. And in this one, we're going to be talking about your Shopify theme. This is basically what your website is. Not where it's hosted, that's going to be on Shopify. These are Shopify themes. And actually, one of them, the one that I really like to use, and there's multiple, I'll explain all of that, is actually not found on Shopify, but I will show you where to find it, okay? So we're going to go through both the free themes and the paid themes, kind of touching on both people's specific situation, because I understand some of you might actually not have the budget for a paid theme, but at the same time, even if you have a budget, like I still use free themes all the time. And to be honest, I almost use them more than I use the paid ones. And I'm going to explain why. So I want you to understand, first of all, this has no correlation directly to the amount of money you have. Like I just said, the free theme versus paid theme is solely indicative on what sort of product store you're building. Okay, and I'm going to make sure that makes sense for you guys by the end of this. But it really depends on how you want the layout of your store to look, how many products you're selling, what type of product, where you're selling it, all of that. So we're going to jump right in. Again, there's no links to these anywhere. I don't have any affiliate links. I'm not plugging anything. This is directly just me helping you guys out. So if you want more videos like this, you have questions about any of these themes, I would be more than happy to give you my unbiased opinion in the comment section down below. So that being said, let's jump right in. All right, so again, to kick this off inside of here, keep in mind that your Shopify theme is a reflection of the type of store you want. Obviously, but what does that actually mean? So to break it down very simply for you guys, it's not as simple as, hey, what theme do I want because I want to make money? You have to first identify what your goal is. And I don't mean financial goal, but what sort of store are you building? And there's three types. There's a brand, okay? You can build a brand. You can build a store, or you can build a little one product store, okay? These are the three different types that we focus on. Now, the reason they're gonna be very different, a brand, it's very important to have people's initial perception be extremely high. And it needs to tie in, if you have an actual brand, with your social media. Everything needs to flow. It needs to be unique. Now, you might ask, why shouldn't my regular Shopify store, which is that second middle part, I just want to make money, why shouldn't it be good? Why shouldn't it look amazing? Why shouldn't it be unique? You can do it, but there's levels to it. So like, we'll take Fashion Nova for an example. If you guys want to go look at their site, it's custom coded, it's crazy. That's more of the brand side of things. You definitely still want a good website for your store. Now, a store is where you have 1 to 3 main products, usually more than one, but there's a couple main products you're focused on selling, but you've built out the rest of the store. So here's kind of your chunk, and then there's a huge other chunk, but you're not really selling any of these products. It's just there, again, as a filler product, which means it's there to essentially take up space. You're not marketing those actively. You might upsell to 1 or 2 of them, but usually that's still inside the core couple. But it's there. Some people you'll get a couple of scattered orders from some people, but it's not really what your main focus is. So keep in mind that the one product store, this is where I'll explain what theme I use for those. And yes, I still use those. So if I'm not using a funnel through ClickFunnels, which is a kind of a marketing automation tool for funnels, it helps you really build that drag and drop template. If you're not utilizing that, which would be for a different conversation, you build a one product store on Shopify. So I'm going to explain the theme I use in there. We're going to go through all the theme listings on Shopify here in a moment, but that's where you literally only one product. There's no filler products. There's no others. You can add a couple if you want, but I'm talking about just what do I use for a one product store, because yes, I do run those. Okay, so let's continue on here. You have to obviously know which one you are first. Let's start with the themes, okay? We're going to go through the free ones first, and then we're going to dive into the paid, okay? So we're also going to be going back and forth here. We're going to pull up both here on the themes on shopifythemes.com, or excuse me, themes.shopify.com. So in the free section, there's a couple that I primarily use. I'm going to start from the bottom up. So with that one product store, it's very, very simple what I like to use. I'm actually going to refresh this here. I think it was still on the paid. So there's a couple that we use. You guys might have just seen the list, but the primary ones that we focus on, if I'm doing just a one product store, is actually going to be the debut theme. Now, this I believe, I don't know where to check the statistics, but by far, this is like the most common theme. I see it everywhere. I see celebrities using it, influencers, YouTubers. So many people use this, and basically everybody who DMs me the link to their Shopify store saying, hey, can you look at this? it's pretty much always debut. So I can make that assumption, I believe. It's the debut theme. So this is the one right here. The reason for it, it's very, very simple for a one product store to delete this main part you see where it says man overboard. You delete that entire image, you delete this section below, and then it's just your featured collection. You add in one product on your store, you move that to the home page under your collections, and bam, you got one product right there when they go to the actual domain. So what's happening there is with your advertising, your link can be your store's domain, www.mystore.com. It can send them straight to the home page. It looks really, really good doing that, from an ad perspective, like with your ad creative, and it's going to send them directly there, and bam, there's the product, and then they click on it. That's the product they saw in the ad. So it's really cool. Again, it's a free theme. It's very easy to utilize. It's very simple to navigate. I can build a store on it in less than 30 minutes, probably 20, 10. Depends on, obviously what you're doing. If you're using Photoshop, like I hire people for that. And, I have website builders who do it for me. But a debut theme, definitely a very common one. Very good for one product stores. You can build out a store on it if you want. I wouldn't recommend building a brand on it because, again, it's a free, simple theme that's everywhere. But it's something to consider. That's a really good one. Now, second, venture. This, in my opinion, is basically like the try-hard brand attempt. This is where if you're trying to build a brand, but you're not really good at it, and you're on a budget, that's what venture just screams to me. So let's take a look at that one here. If we jump over to the themes on Shopify, venture is this. And you might see what I mean, but just based on the layout, the couple of the buttons up at the top where you have little drop-down menus, and actually it looks just... To me, it looks almost like a try-hard thing, okay? And we can actually hit view the demo here. But it's just so... It's almost like it's there, but it's a simple layout. It's a layout that you would find on so many up-and-coming brands that aren't really very unique. If you're really trying to build a brand, you need to stand out. However, if you're just building a store, if your purpose is to make money for the next 3 to 6 months with something seasonal or kind of trending, you want a lot of products, whatever, you're not sure how good you are, you don't want to fully brand it, boom, you could use something like Venture. It's a great layout for it. You can definitely use it. There's a couple different options inside of there, a lot of different ways you can edit it, make it look good, plug in your own stuff, and be good to rock and roll, okay? So, that means, we just backed out of it here. Anyways, let's go back over here. Simple, okay? Simple is a theme. This is one that I do recommend you utilize if you are having a lot of products in your store. Not necessarily marketing a lot of stores, but if you have a lot of products. So that's this one right here. And the reason for that, it's a little bit different than the regular website that you would ever really come across. It has the whole list here on the side. So there's a list there instead of usually up top, like the venture theme we just took a look at. It's just listed down the side, and then all your products are kind of here. There's anywhere from 2 to 3, depending on how you organize it, in each row horizontally. So to me, that looks like a really good theme that you can utilize for a lot of products. Personally, I've never used this theme. I've never used it. I have a lot of friends who use it. I just want to put that out there. Again, this is a completely unbiased opinion. So it's a really good one because you can have a lot of different categories. If you have a lot of products, boom, just slap it on there. They can scroll down really far on the page for each collection. That just really gives you an option to have a good layout because typically it looks a little bit too full on most themes if you have 80 products or 100 or 300 products, which I know some people do. All right, so let's jump into the paid themes. Let's start off. We're going to go through two of the primaries inside of here. We're going to start off with the booster theme. And actually, if you guys take a look over here, we're going to jump over to paid themes. It's actually not something you can find because it's actually not listed on the Shopify store. So you can see these, you got Boost. That's not what I'm talking about. It's $180, $180, $180, all these different ones, $160. You can take a look at it. Yes, there are ways to get these themes for free. That's all I'm going to say on the subject. Try Googling it. But there's these paid themes for you. Now, with the booster theme specifically, this is actually one where you're going to want to go to this link, okay? Boostertheme.com. They built themselves a little click funnel explaining it and selling it, okay? Again, you can get most themes for free, wink, wink, online. Check it out. But double up my conversions. This is a great theme. They go ahead, this is a really good ClickFunnels page as well. But they go through, set it all up, you're licensing it out, and it's a really good one. I really like it. For a paid theme option, especially if you're trying to build an actual brand, the booster theme is something that looks extremely good, works extremely well, and you could definitely be running a solid brand on this hosting platform. On this hosted on Shopify, right? So it's actually not something on Shopify, right? Like literally what I just showed you here. You can even search it. Watch. Booster. Nope, not going to come up. Boost and Atlantic. So it's one of those things. You can definitely go ahead, check that out. It's not crazy expensive. Again, if you're building a brand, that's something you're investing into. Maybe you already have money coming in from it. you're good, right? So now, Showtime. This is something I use a lot for the kitchen niche. Some of you, actually most of you probably don't know this, you've never really talked about it. I've done a lot of stuff in the kitchen niche, still dabble with it, but the kitchen niche is great, and this is something I really, really like to use. So Showtime right here is good for kitchen niche, just personally based on my own experience, but anything colorful as well, okay? So we can go ahead in here and type in Showtime. There it is. I guess we had to put no space in between it. $160 for this theme. I just directly plug it in. It's really not that terrible in my opinion, but this is really good for something colorful. Literally, look at the example they have on here. If you add in a couple more colors, and in my opinion, there's a little too much silver down here and kind of brown, basic background splashes and whatnot. If you have a colorful store, you know, like my kitchen stuff was a lot of fruits, a lot of this, vegetables, cut, boom, stuff on fire, like, you know, it's a lot being thrown at you. This, in my opinion, is a great looking way to organize that. The colorful banner on top, white with black text, bam, you got the main header. You can do that. You got multiple images. You get two big ones right away, a couple small ones, bam. It's throwing a lot at you from right when you see it. So that's why I really like it. You can go ahead, we'll view the demo inside of here. There's also a lot of different customization options, especially if you guys want to plug in your own code. I don't know how many of you guys know this, or maybe you don't know, but you can actually hire someone to kind of code something that's not 100% coded. It's not 100% custom. You actually do it inside the theme. You can edit the code in there and change whatever you want. Personally, I don't know jack squat about coding, so I hire people when it comes to that, but you can change little things if there's features that you're not able to do. Typically, there's someone who can get that done for you on a freelancer website. So definitely look into that. Again, what I mentioned here about the header, the two smallers, and then a couple main photos, that's what this is. The main header, you've got the two bigger photos, the couple small photos. You know, it's a lot being thrown at you, and it just goes smaller. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4 type grid. I really like it. So definitely one of those things that I would check out. Your theme is really just going to relate to you specifically, what you're trying to do. You're trying to build a brand long-term. Like, it all depends on your products and how you want it to be laid out. There's a couple of stuff you can use as well. Again, like for the minimalist theme, I want to pull up this one here. Okay, so it's kind of a little bonus one for you. If you guys want to see Pacific, this is something you can stick around this video for real quick. This is cool. This is something I use for any technology stores I do. I typically try to stay away from that technology end of things. But if it's anything like where it'd be more minimalist, modern looking, like I've seen people do furniture stuff where it's like not necessarily furniture, but like interior design for like modern homes. They build it on here. As you can kind of see from their example a little bit, some wood and modern build. But we'll view this demo. This is one of those things that's actually really, really good for that structure. I just like the layout, the color theme. So it is going to really come into the pictures you can have. But yeah, it looks clean again. So I want to throw that in there as a little bonus. A lot of them are simple. It's not the biggest issue what you have right away. Obviously, the most important thing is to start making money, get that cash flow up, start crushing it with that, and just boom, 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 continue on with that. That's what I would recommend. So you got to focus on just plugging everything, because there's more than just a theme. There's the apps as well. It's really just the marketing. That's what it comes into. But products, descriptions, making sure you understand colors, setting up the buttons the right way, different layouts, like photo quality. You should have video. You should have a video in your product description. All that stuff. Of course, we cover a little bit of that stuff on the channel, but all of that is in depth inside our program, which you can find in one of the top links down in the description if you want to go ahead, get inside there and check it out more in depth. So with that being said, if you guys got any value from this video, make sure to drop a like. And other than that, of course, join the family, join the gang, but hit that nice looking subscribe button. And with that being said, I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow in the next video, where we're going to go over some more e-com stuff, maybe have some fun, see what happens, because again, we're posting every single day on this channel, and I'm dedicated to making sure you crush it in 2019. I'll be seeing you in the next video. Peace.